In today's video, I'm going to walk you through the top 6 stocks that I believe are going to greatly benefit from the whole AI/chat GPT hype euphoria rally that we're seeing right now. I am going to go step by step on each of the main stocks and the setups, and by the end of this video, you're going to have a very solid rundown on the opportunities that you should be following right now, because this might be one of the best hype cycles that we've seen in years. So far, it's already been, pretty much every other day you see a stock that's going up 100+%. We'll get right to work, and I'll put all the timestamps down below. And by the way, if you're wondering what broker carries all of these stocks, well, our partner Moomoo, link down below, covers all of them. It's a very powerful platform and broker, and you're going to like them a lot. They have a lot of features that a lot of other brokers charge you for, and they charge you an arm and a leg for them. Moomoo, completely free, everything that you need to trade like a pro. And if you use our link down below, they'll give you up to 15 free stocks. That's right, folks, 15 free stocks. All you got to do is sign up and deposit, open an account with them using our link down below. Okay, let's go ahead and start with the lovely GFAI, GFAI. GFAI is one of the hottest AI stocks right now. She's gone from 11 cents as of the end of last year to just under 77 cents as of yesterday. Today she had a take profit cycle downward, but previous dips have been bought up massively, and I expect this one to be as well. The only question is when. The company announced last month that they secured 2 long-term contracts with key clients. One of those contracts is with Don Mueang Tollway Public Company based in Thailand. Under this contract, GFAI, aka Guard Force AI, is going to be in charge of setting up deposit machines at the locations, which will be caring for the cash handling, the cash in transit, and coupon counting. This is going to minimize the need to have a human there to pay a human full-time to collect all of this. Last month, I went on a road trip from LA to Miami, and I was very shocked at how many toll roads here in the US are still manned by humans. They have like a fast track lane for people that have the little correspondent thingy, but half the lanes are like for people that need to give a couple dollars, and they don't even take credit cards a lot of the time. Well, in Thailand, they're trying to completely change that with this GFAI technology, right? This Don Mueang Tollway Public Company is trying to completely change the game. The other contract they have is in a yet-to-be-named retail chain in Thailand, and they will be responsible for cash transit and counting services at 326 of their 644 stores. Perhaps if GFAI does a good job, they're going to expand to all 644, so that's a lot of upside potential in that one contract. Now, one of GFAI's most exciting segments right now is their RaaS, or robotics as a service. It's funny because my girlfriend doesn't offer RaaS, but she offers SaaS, which is sassiness as a service, which I guarantee you is a lot less useful and probably a lot more expensive. But RaaS includes a robot which can do tasks that previously took a human employee to do, which of course is a lot more expensive, even in Thailand. Then you also have the platform as a service angle, which provides the platform to remotely manage, analyze, and overall handle the robot, Mr. Roboto. And then you have the software as a service side, which includes updates and extending out of features for the platform. This is key, very key here, because it means that as the AI industry gets more advanced, GFAI can update their software to better compete. This stuff sounds pretty basic, I know, but you would be shocked at how many different companies buy things that can't be updated. It's like we're living in 1990. Now, while the lovely GFAI and the rest of the AI stocks are on this hype trend due to the current AI buzz euphoria, the truth is GFAI is at least an actually real business actually applying automation in a real way that, again, has contracts to continue to do so. There's 2 types of plays in a hype euphoria rally. There's number 1, actual companies doing actual things that are being accelerated by hype. And then there's companies that literally aren't doing anything in the hype sector. They're not doing anything with AI. They're not doing anything with whatever the hype sector is. If it's MJ, they don't even have MJ plants. With this, they're actually in the industry. They're not just talking about being in the industry, right? In totality, I believe that GFAI will continue to be one of the hottest AI stocks in the segment right now, and will have new breakouts. But it's going to be a very wild ride, so keep that in mind. Number 2, SoundHound AI, which, as the name implies, this is an AI company for voice and overall auditory recognition. Their ticker symbol, SOUN, has gone up 5x plus this year and is also in a take profit cycle as I shoot this video. Now, you have to understand, folks, that take profit cycles downward are the best times to look at stocks, because it's at these testing periods, at these testing grounds, where we find out if the stock has what it takes to continue on its momentum, and it's also the better time to get a better entry price, right? A lot of people want to buy stocks when they're rallying really fast and they've just climbed 300-400%. Very few people want to buy it when it's down, but you're getting a better entry price, a little bit more risk management if you're buying it as it's down from all-time highs instead of breaking out. right? Of course, at the same time, though, one should only buy a stock if it's showing some proof of concept, right? It's sold off and now it's showing that it's starting to rebound, because if you don't see at least that starting to rebound, well, then you're much more likely to be dealing with a falling knife. And they are targeting several major markets here: automobiles, restaurant, phone ordering, who the hell does that anymore? Contact centers, and hands-free apps. One of the most notable here is the car market. Barron's reports the company released a demo that specifically focused on in-vehicle applications for the automotive industry. SoundHound notes that since 2016, it has reached agreements with 17, that's a lot, 17 automotive brands to use its conversational AI platform. There's periods of time where people are like, you know what, that Charlie guy, I don't want to talk to him. I could use something that's conversational and can go back and forth with me during those periods of time so that I'm not lonely, right? So that's at least the market of one there. One of the most notable partners that I could find with them is Mercedes. A spokesman from Mercedes said, quote, "Partnering with SoundHound and integrating such a natural conversational voice interface in our vehicles allows the driving experience to become even more intuitive." Now, personally, I have had several cars that have had some form of voice recognition in them, and so far they've all been terrible to the point where I never use the voice recognition. I'll say, oh, can you route me to, I don't know, a bank? And then it'll say, oh, okay, routing you to the nearest skank. And I'm like, well, that's not what I'm looking for right now. So if you actually had an AI that was able to pick up your voice and actually comprehend what you're trying to say, then maybe that would be something that people use. And with 90% of new vehicles globally projected to have embedded voice assistants by 2028, this could be a big market if it actually works. As far as the most recent catalyst, on January 26th, Aramis today announced they will be working with SoundHound AI technology to bring a seamless conversational AI experience to software as a service, intelligent virtual assistant, notification, and customer engagement solutions. So in totality, you may find that SoundHound continues to be a big winner in this overall AI hype trend that the industry is experiencing right now. Okay, number 3, Big Bear AI. BBAI has gone from 58 cents to $6.77. They offer value to several major segments in academia, government, healthcare, and manufacturing. What are some examples of products, Charlie? Well, their Future Flow RX helps hospitals and medical care providers to deliver a better standard of care, according to their docs. Their Med model helps to visualize workflow bottlenecks and understand the impact of change in the OR, ER, and ambulatory clinics. Their Pro model helps optimize factory design with minimal time and effort building layouts and process simulation models. Their Shipyard AI apparently offers unrivaled capacity planning to improve shipyard production times and costs, and also reduce bottlenecks. Very, very important. Now, I like to see that they're reducing bottlenecks here, but I don't see anything about them reducing turtlenecks. Both are huge problems, but one is a threat to humanity. And in terms of their government exposure, specifically in the military, last month they had exciting news of new Air Force contracts totaling $900 million and making them a primary contractor for the Air Force. So keep BBAI atop your radar, because I believe you'll see more breakouts before this AI trend is over. Number 4, C3.ai. So ticker symbol AI is one of the earliest and most pure and practical AI stocks to benefit from the AI euphoria. And so far it has. It's gone from $10 to $30 in the span of like no time at all. And like most of the stocks on this list, I would love to see a take profit cycle to the downside. That way you can really assess whether this momentum is going to be able to stick around, whether there's enough confidence built into the stock already. C3 AI operates in the enterprise business segment, and in English, their cloud-based software allows businesses and institutionistas to transform their applications into more intelligent ones that are substantially more efficient and require less menial labor hours. According to HG Insights, they have some well-known companies that use their platform already, like your Raytheon, your Baker Hughes, and Shell. And similar to BBAI, they're also working with the US Air Force. They announced just today, actually, that they are providing mission-critical AI solutions to them. Very, very critical. C3 AI Readiness is helping the US military reduce unplanned downtime by integrating and unifying data from the millions of different sensors, maintenance records, asset history, and external systems. And the ability to take in a ton of data and spit it out in a way that's actually useful and gives you statistics and overall analytics about what could be going wrong and what could be made more efficient is extremely valuable right now. A lot of people have no idea about this, but it's extremely valuable, and that's the power of AI. You get all the data, the AI figures out what you should be looking at to fix things. Now, going back to the chart, what I would say here is that ticker symbol AI is probably the least hypey and most practical of the AI runners right now, but usually it's the business models that are a lot more open to interpretation that see the most hype and euphoria, because there's a lot of debate over what their value is. Something like a BuzzFeed could go up 100 to 200% on AI news because people have never heard of AI with BuzzFeed before and they don't know what to think. Or a much smaller stock can go up thousands of percentage points in a week. But something like an AI that has a real business behind it and real concrete data as to how they're already applying AI, well, it's not going to have as much euphoria potential as something that people can just say, AI, buzz, 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 buy. But I do think that if the overall AI industry continues to see inflows, AI is going to go up a lot more. And I personally believe that we're not done yet with the breakouts on this stock, which is why I included it on the list. And another thing is that on March 7th, they have new products being launched, which could be a catalyst for the stock as well. So keep that in mind. Number 5, Very. Now this one is a bit more under the radar than the others. It's gone from $4.57 to $10.99. Veritone makes operating systems that run AI programs with a focus on media, politics, legal, and law enforcement. According to NASDAQ.com, while Veritone has only produced one profitable quarter since going public, top-line growth has been strong. Very has consistently achieved mid to high double-digit revenue growth since going public. Mid to high double-digit revenue growth consistently since going public in like 2017. Well, that's a big deal given all the different macro headwinds that we've had for these types of companies over that time period. I mean, you had the pandemic, you had the tightening cycle, you had uncertainty periods even in 2018 and 2019. So something to think about. And this one is actually very, very fascinating because if you do some digging here, you'll find that back in March 2021, the Financial Post reported that the company was interested in being sold, and they were interested in transactions valuing them at more than $70 a share. That's almost 10x the current trading price. Obviously different market condition, but if the hype euphoria continues in this overall segment, even if Very went to just half that $70 per share price they were looking at 2 years ago, well, that would still be a massive, massive run from the current trading price, right? Number 6, Mark. Mark has been one of the more recent to break out, going from lows at 116 at the end of January to 273 as I was shooting this video. This one is a bit of a unique setup because its estimated short interest is at 16.66%, and that's up 30% in the last 2 weeks. Meaning that shorts are trying as hard as they can to short this down to the ground, but the stock continues to rally, which is usually the beginning symptom of a long-winded short squeeze battle, which ends in a massively rallying share price. Now, that being said, one of the things that we talk about in our ZipTrader U lessons is the need to stack elevating factors. When you analyze a stock, folks, you may find that a number of elevating or deprecating factors are either working for you or against you. For example, if you're trying to figure out whether to buy something, one of the factors to consider is what the RSI is showing. The RSI can be leaning overbought or oversold given the overall momentum. But the key with a good momentum trader, the key goal of a good momentum trader is to identify stocks that are on an overall uptrend like this one is, but focus on buying them when they're leaning more oversold and then selling or avoiding them when they're leaning more overbought. That is just one of the many factors that you can do to push the odds a little bit more in your favor, right? To get a better entry point, to get a little bit better risk management. Most people like to buy things when they're overbought. Most people like to sell things when they're oversold. Most people will end up losing tons and tons of money following that strategy. Folks, when you identify momentum, always understand that that momentum goes back and forth. Thus, you should attempt to stack odds in your favor as much as possible by at least getting it oversold instead of historically overbought like it is right now. Now, folks, if this confused you and you don't know what I mean by stacking, elevating, and deprecating factors or anything about risk management or trading, well, I have a completely free video for you here on the channel. I made a 25-minute Trading for Beginners video about 2 years ago. It's one of the most viewed videos on the channel of all times. The reason is because a lot of people will go back to that video 3 or 4 times because there's so much content there. There's so much value to be had, and there's so much to be learned in that video. And it's completely free, so you have no excuse not to watch it. I'll put the link down below. Highly, highly recommend it. I think it should be a requirement for anybody who is trading in the stock market to watch that video. But anyways, folks, that concludes our video today on the top 6 trade ideas I have for this AI chat GPT hype trend that we're experiencing right now. Now, in terms of how to play them though, if this is your first video here on ZipTrader, my suggestion to you is to treat these as hype plays. Hear the story, understand why people are buying the story, but don't fall for the story yourself. Right now, if you go to a lot of media websites that cover AI stocks, they're saying, oh, look at all these AI stocks, and they'll acknowledge a lot of the same things that I acknowledged, but then they'll say, okay, you need to buy and hold this until you're 75, and if you're already 75, you have to tell your grandkids that you're going to leave them these shares, and they have to hold it until they're 75. Folks, the concept of buy and hold was originally invented by money managers who needed their clients to stay bought and held in their portfolio so that they can get their percentage return every year. They wanted their clients, once they gave them $1, to have that dollar invested with them until retirement, because that maximizes their bottom line. And that strategy is okay if you're going to go ahead and buy the S&P 500 and then just not expect much. But that strategy does not work for hype trends. It's really, really bad. Like I said, during the crypto boom, the NFT boom, the growth tech boom, a million other booms, the best way to play is with the hype rallies themselves. You profit off the hype rallies themselves, and if you find good stocks for the long term, that's fine as well. We found some good ones in growth tech over the long term, but the vast majority of stocks, they end up having the hype, and then the hype is gone, and then the hype might not come back for years. Why would you go and lock up all your capital and watch it diminish to nothing while there's a new hype sector on? When somebody says you have to buy and hold everything, they are either trying to promote their own stocks, they are misinformed, or they are a money manager that wants you to stay in their positions. They want you to stay in their accounts so they can keep getting your percentage fees. These stocks aren't trading on the fundamentals. They're trading on hype. People thinking that they could rally higher. People knowing that more and more people are interested in buying AI stocks. So just keep that in mind. Yes, play the story, play the trend, but don't let the trends nor the stories play you. Anyways, that caps off today's video. Make sure to hit that ravishing like button and subscribe. Make sure to take advantage of the 15 free stocks that you can get with Moomoo down below. Make sure to sign up for our free research reports down below. The first research report comes out on Sunday this week, so make sure to sign up before then so you can get that research report completely free. It's our first one, and it's our next step at growing, expanding out the atmosphere environment, the ecosystem, if you will, of ZipTrader. So anyways, appreciate your support. We'll see you in the next video.